Hello, my name is Daniel Johnson, and today I will be giving my first application presentation on Module 4, which was Chapter 4, Mapping the Territory. In this module, we were introduced to 7 schools of thought, or traditions, on communication theory, along with key foundational elements of each, a sampling of what's to come further on in the course, if you will. For my presentation, I will link the rhetorical tradition with my own personal experiences. I will accomplish this by explaining what rhetoric is, telling my story, and then tying key concepts into each other. All right, to begin, the definition of rhetoric is the art of using all available means of persuasion, focusing on lines of argument, organization of ideas, language use, and delivery in public speaking. So it's not so much words, but the words you use, how you use them, your tone of voice, how you wield your skill, your expressions, and how you can relate to the crowd to get them to agree with you. Now, I've always considered myself a solid public speaker. I've developed a certain level of control over the anxiety and nervousness that affect everybody who addresses a crowd or takes part in a job interview or something to that effect. I'm also a fiery debater, depending on how strongly I feel about the topic and how much I know about it. Unfortunately, some of my best friends share these same traits. In one particular instance, my friend Jesse and I were at a party. We struck up a conversation about fantasy football and whether or not it was a good idea to start Tony Romo for that particular week. He was of the opinion that it was a great idea, as Romo was just coming off of rest. I thought it was a terrible idea as he was starting to put together a poor track record. At the end of the week, it turned out that I was right and he was wrong, as Tony Romo scored the fewest points on my team. Thinking that he would admit his defeat the next time we spoke each other, I was immensely surprised. The very next time we spoke, we argued for hours over the wisdom in his suggestion. Neither one of us changed our opinions. Both of us used every tool at our disposal to invalidate the other's football credibility. Now, how does this relate to the rhetorical tradition? I remind you that the core definition of rhetoric is the discovery of all available means of persuasion. It's all about persuasion, getting people to agree with you. And in this instance, I was attempting to persuade a room, not just Jesse. The debate went on for hours, and it was also taking place in front of a small crowd of 8 to 10 other people. We were the center of attention with our argument, and both of us were aware. I attempted to persuade members of the room to my side, as did he. I changed the logic behind my verbal arguments in order to gain some kind of logical edge. He did the same. My point is that we were participating in full-blown rhetorical warfare. All the tools and tricks that I have ever learned or used as a speaker and as a generally sarcastic human being, I employed. Jesse countered with his own arsenal, and neither one of us gave any ground. The debate ended in neither one of us conceding a defeat and both of us deciding to just not speak about it. In conclusion, the rhetorical school of thought has been used for thousands of years, since Aristotle and Plato and the dawn of society. The power of speech to address others and persuade them or present new ideas has stood the test of time, and it continues to show its importance today. Every political debate is churned forward by rhetoric and the politician's ability to speak to the masses or invalidate their opponent's credibility. It has never been more obvious than it has been in this past presidential election. Rhetorical skill will always be relevant in our society, and it has already been ingrained in our society's core for a millennia. Thank you.